Namaskaram, welcome to CSAT Mantra. Having exam 1 month away, in this video I am going to share last 30 days strategy for CSAT. This strategy is for the ones who has not started their preparation at or just started their preparation, my friends. Yesterday we have uploaded one more strategy video for the ones who have just completed the course or revised. After watching this video, you must watch that one also. Those who have watched that video, you must go through this video and fill up the gaps in your preparation. Now, CSAT is a qualifying examination. A qualifying examination should not determine your entry to mains, my friends. You should not be losing an attempt 1 year time because of a qualifying exam like CSAT. You know, the last minute preparation always goes in hurry-burry. That's not recommended for any, especially for non-mathematics aspirants. I wish you should have started your preparation bit early. However, there is still time. You can definitely make the best use of these 30 days. This video is an attempt to guide you through the course focusing on question areas. See, any course, any exam deserves some amount of time. You need to be spending that. See, there are no secret ingredients. Having started late, you got nothing to lose. You try your best. We are trying our best to guide you through the course. About that, you try your best. Okay, that's how you do your preparation in these 30 days, my friends. Hope this is clear. Let me give you my word. Having followed this strategy sincerely, did your best, you will definitely find the exam easy, much confident in the examination hall, my friends. Okay, this I can guarantee. There is no doubt about that. Now, in every chapter from mathematics, you will find a folder named Daily Dose of Solved Questions, my friends. You must go through it once you have covered the lectures. This is very, very important. Your preparation is incomplete without going through these questions, my friends. Hope this is clear. Daily dose of solved questions of previous year questions. You must know how the questions were asked in the past, what is examiner demanding, how the questions will be in the future. So it is very important for you to go through these questions, my friends. See, I'm not going to tell you how much time you have to give towards CSAT every day. That depends on your preparation level, that depends on your background. All I'm saying is you do your best and try to complete these videos as soon as possible. See, at the end of the day, these videos demands the same time. So you better complete them early, revise and feel confident, my friends. Okay, you want to give 2 hours for CSAT, you give it. You want to give 3, 4, you give it. It's totally up to you. You make sure, in these many days I am going to complete them. The course is of 30 hours duration, my friends. With all watching, it may take 30 to 40 hours. So you plan accordingly and try to complete the course. I would say before September 20th, you should be completing everything, my friends. If you give 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours every day, for sure you can complete it. So if you find a folder named Daily Dose of Solved Questions in any chapter, you must go through it, my friends. Your preparation is incomplete without going through it. Clear, right? Now you should be going through the course in the order which I am going in this video. First, go through coding and decoding lecture. 2 questions can be expected. Half an hour lecture, my friends. Blood and relation, 1 or 2 questions can be expected. Half an hour lecture. Syllogisms, 3 questions can be expected. Okay, half an hour lecture. In these 3 chapters, go through the practice questions also. So you should be completing these 3 chapters in 2 hours, my friends. 6 to 7 questions are guaranteed, easy in nature, most scoring chapters. So you must be going through them first. Now see, you are going through these chapters. If a question comes from these chapters, you must make them correct, my friends, make them right. See, no mediocre preparation in the last minute. If you have covered a chapter, you make sure you are hell-bound on making that question right. That's how you should be doing your preparation. Otherwise, there is no point. You have started late, still going mediocrely. No, there is no point, right? So whenever you prepare a chapter, you make sure if a question comes from this chapter, I am going to make it right. So what are all there in this chapter? What are all there in this chapter? You form a crux of this we have given in each and every chapter. Okay, the overview. See, the course has been made simple. It's just that you have to give time to go through it. So these 3 chapters are over. 6 to 7 questions, 2 hours. Not to forget, practice questions, you must go through them because you are not going to miss any question from these chapters. Now, statements lecture, 5 to 8 questions are expected. 30 minutes lecture, my friends. Go through it. There are 50 practice questions are uploaded. You solve 20 to 25 of them. This is enough. For sure, you will find 3 out of 5 questions easy. Remaining 2 questions will be bit mathematical in nature. But again, you try your best. Don't have this prejudice that a question is difficult just because it's from this chapter or from some other chapter like permutation and combination, or a question is lengthy. Don't have this prejudice at all. You just try your best. Some question will test your basic understanding of the concepts. Common sense, my friends. Once you come out of the exam hall, you will feel like, I should have attempted this. This should not be happening. Each and every question, just give a go. If you feel that's out of your understanding, then you can leave it. So half an hour lecture, 20 to 25 questions. You can answer all of them with ease, my friends. Okay, that's why I'm not going more than 25. This is enough. Okay, the past 5 years questions are 20 to 25. That's enough. Now, based on counting figures, you may expect one question. Now, you may be thinking that what is the point in going through a lecture for just one question? See, you got nothing to lose. These are scoring areas, you shouldn't be missing them. So that's the intention, my friends. Okay, just because only one question is asked from this chapter, you should be ignoring that. No, these are low hanging fruits, my friends. Okay, you shouldn't be missing them. Again, this is 30 to 40 minutes lecture. Okay, now DICES 30 minutes lecture. In 2018, 3 questions were asked based on DICES, my friends. 2019, there are no questions. This year, I am expecting, 3 questions, at least 3 questions. It would be a bonanza for you if the questions are asked based on DICES. Very easy chapter, scoring one. You can definitely answer all of these questions, my friends. Okay, so you should not be missing this chapter. So from these 3 chapters, 8 to 9 questions can be asked earlier, 6 to 7, right? So around 15 questions till now. You make sure whenever you cover a particular chapter, if a question comes from that, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to make it right. That's how you should be preparing. Because concepts are limited, my friends. The course has been made easy. Concepts are limited. How you are going to miss it? Tell me. If you are thinking here and there, for sure you will miss it. But if you are thinking in terms of what we have taught, there is no chance. There is, you will never miss it. Now averages, one question will be guaranteed. 1 to 1.5 hour lecture, my friends. But questions will be easy in nature. You shouldn't be missing them. Low hanging fruits. So go through it. Any question from averages you can solve using just one formula, my friends. You just have to think in terms of that formula. There will be 2 equations. You have to eliminate the unknowns from these 2 equations and find out what is being asked. So you just proceed with what you know. Here the problem is people are not able to proceed. You just put pen on paper. This is very, very important. Mathematics is all about putting pen on paper, trying the methods. If something doesn't work, just change the method. See, any question, if it's taking more than usual time, that is 2 to 3 minutes, that means you are approaching the problem in a wrong way, my friends. You have to realize that as soon as possible and change the method. See, kindly get this, there are no problems which are difficult. I am telling you, there are no problems which are difficult. It's just that you are thinking them as difficult. You are approaching them in a wrong way. That's why you feel them as difficult, my friends. Okay, that's what I keep on saying. Mathematics is the easiest part. So 2 equations, eliminate the unknowns, find out what is being asked. Only one formula you have to think in terms of. Sequences and series. In 2019, 6 questions are asked based on this chapter, my friends. Just half an hour lecture. For sure, minimum 3 questions can be asked from this chapter. Very easy chapter, scoring area, interest. Okay, 1 question, 30 minutes lecture. Kindly go through it. Low hanging fruits. Profit and loss, 1 question, 30 minutes lecture. The beauty of all these chapters is only one formula in each chapter, my friends. Okay, here one formula, here one formula, here here one. Okay, so if a question comes based on profit and loss, you just have to apply that formula. How do you know a question is based on profit and loss? You will see the words like cost, profit, cost price, selling price. A question based on interest, you will see definitely the word interest. Sequences series, the series is given, the sequence is given, average, you will find this word. So map the questions to a particular chapter. You must be mapping like this, my friends, because there are no vast sea of chapters. Kindly get this, limited chapters. In those limited chapters, limited concepts, limited formulas, and if you are not able to apply them, then it's clearly wrong on your part. When you map a particular question belongs to particular chapter, let's say averages, you know what are the concepts you have learnt in averages. Only one formula, you have to apply that. For sure you will be getting the answer. That's how it is. Okay. Profit and loss, you just apply that formula, put pen on paper, apply that formula and try solving. Definitely you will get the answer. That's how it is for every other chapter, my friends. So 6 to 7 questions from these chapters. So 15 plus 6, okay, around 21 to 22 questions till now. Now trigonometry. Only one concept, Pythagoras theorem. If a question is asked, that question will be based on Pythagoras theorem, my friends. 30 minutes lecture. We have covered what this theorem is, the triplets. Scoring chapter, if a question is asked, you shouldn't be missing that. The question will be very easy in nature. Coordinate geometry, you may or may not expect a question, but this is needed to understand these two chapters, my friends. Okay, again 15 minutes lecture, go through it. Now geometry, 2 lectures are there, 30 minutes each, 1 hour you can complete them. You can expect 2 questions based on geometry, my friends. See, geometry is all about square, rectangle, circle. So for all these figures, you have the formulas for area and then perimeter, that's it. 3 figures, okay, square, rectangle and then circle. Area and perimeter, that's it, my friends. You solve these questions, definitely you will be able to answer 2 questions from this chapter. Mensuration, 30 minutes lecture, 1 to 2 questions. Questions will be based on cube. Though we have learned cylinder, cuboid, sphere in this chapter, questions will be based on cube, my friend. Just know the formulas for cubes. See how a chapter needs to be covered is given in this PDF, my friends. Master strategy for CSAT 2020. This is available in 3rd section of our course. You must get this printout. And then, when you are covering a particular chapter, what areas needs to be focused on, okay, that is given in this PDF. You must be following that and preparing accordingly. So when you are going through a particular chapter, let's say trigonometry, coordinate geometry or mensuration, what needs to be focused in that chapter, that's given in this PDF. That's how you have to cover that chapter. Clear, right? So here 3 to 4 questions, my friends. Till now 25 questions. Now 3 questions from these 3 topics, my friends. 1.5 hour lecture, okay, 30 minutes each. Clocks, calendars and directions. You can solve all of them. Easy in nature. Scoring. Concepts are very limited in these lectures, my friends. Okay, when it comes to clocks, know the speeds of hours hand and minutes hand. Calendars, problem will be basic in nature. Sometimes, if the examiner really wants to trouble you, calendar question can be a bit difficult, my friends. Direction questions, very easy in nature. You can expect 1 question based on directions, 1 on calendars, 1 on clocks. Very easy chapter, 1.5 hour, you can complete it. 3 questions can be guaranteed. Time and work, 3 lectures are there, 30 minutes each, 1.5 hour. You can expect 2 questions from this chapter, my friends. Very easy in nature. Just stick to the concepts which we have taught in our lectures. That's enough. You can definitely answer these 2 questions. So yeah, 30 questions till now. So whatever lecture you are covering, you make sure you don't miss a question from that lecture, my friends. You will never miss it. You will miss only if you are not following what I have mentioned in the course, in the lecture. You are not following the divide and rule. You are not going sentence by sentence. You are not putting pen on paper. You are not thinking in terms of what we have taught. Then yes, you will definitely miss it. But if you are following this, there is no way, I can guarantee that. Now ratios and proportions, you may expect 2 to 3 questions from this chapter, my friends. Okay, give 3 to 4 hours towards it. Part 1, Part 2 of equivalent ratios without loss of generality concept. Most of the questions in CSAT can be answered using this concept, my friends. Thereafter, application oriented problems. Now what about remaining lectures in this chapter? Ignore them. This is not the time to cover them. These are your priority. First cover them. And in all these lectures, all these mathematics lectures, the first 4 lectures, that is coding, decoding, blood relations, syllogisms and statements, they are from logical reasoning, my friends. Practice questions, you have to go through them. Whereas when it comes to mathematics lectures, okay, all these lectures, don't go for solving practice questions. That I won't recommend as of now because the time is limited. Rather what you have to do is these questions in these video lectures, you watch them, solve them on your own. You have to solve them on your own and then daily dose of solved questions. This will suffice at this point of time. So practice questions from mathematics chapter, no, not needed. Just video lectures, solving them again on your own, revising, daily dose of solved questions, solving them on your own again. So that's how you should be doing it. Practice questions, not needed. Now number system, 4 to 5 questions can be asked. Question based on basics, that would be very easy, my friends. One question you can expect types of numbers, one question you can expect divisibility rules, one question you can expect LCM and HCF. If you are lucky, you may expect one question order of magnitude, maybe one question simplification. Last year one question is asked, my friends. From these 3 lectures, you may or may not expect one question, my friends, but these 2 lectures are very important. They form the basis of entire course. You must be knowing how to find out the LCM. You must be knowing how to find out the HCF. This is explicitly mentioned in CSAT syllabus, my friends, okay, order of magnitude. So that's why I am telling you, you must go through it. Questions will be indirect in nature, my friends, okay. Simplification, direct in nature. There is only one rule, Bodmas rule, okay. So you must be knowing that. Here decimal system, know the types of numbers. Last year a question is based on proper improper fraction, my friends. You must know those types of numbers. Divisibility rules, very important. What about other lectures? You can ignore them. Practice questions, you don't need to go through them. Daily dose of solved questions, must go through them. 4 to 5 lectures. Actually this chapter forms the basics. However, the basics which are needed for other chapters have been covered there only, my friends, okay. So you no need to worry. So all these lectures remaining ignored. Practice questions not needed. Daily dose of solved questions, must go through them. Focus areas, that's given in master strategy for CSAT 2020 PDF. Now algebra, 3 questions, minimum 3 questions can be expected. 2 lectures, my friends, half an hour each, 1 hour you can complete them. In part 2 of this chapter, in part 2, focus only on inequalities, finding the roots, inequalities and finding the roots, my friends, okay. X power 5 plus 1 by x power 5, these kind of problems are not needed. You can just skip that part, okay. Roots, inequalities, this chapter is all about common sense. Divide and rule, my friends, okay. Divide the question statement by statement. If you don't know something, please assume it. Here the problem is you don't assume it. Whatever you assume, it will be eliminated somehow, my friends, okay, using the equations you have formed. Otherwise that's what you have to find out. So don't think hawa mein nahi sochne ka hai, assume karna hai. You have to assume. Something is not given, you guys thinking in the air, kya kare, kaise kare. You don't put pen on paper, question will go unanswered, okay. This should not be happening. It just requires this chapter, especially this chapter, putting pen on paper, my friends, because there are no formulas, there are no such concepts. Algebra, it's all about common sense, okay. That's how this chapter is. Again, practice questions are not needed. Daily dose of solved questions, you must go through them. Percentages, my friends, very important chapter. 3 to 4 questions can be expected. 1.5 hour chapter, my friends. 3 lectures, half an hour each, total 1.5 hours. One question will be based on basic definition of percentage, my friends. From part 1, in part 1 we have covered that. So from each part you can expect one question. Low hanging fruits, this chapter is very important. If this chapter is mastered well, then you will find data interpretation very easy, my friends. Data interpretation, most of the aspirants think it is difficult. They are scared of these questions because that's how the data interpretation graphs look, my friends. That's the trap, okay. That's the trap UPSC is setting for you. I'm keep on telling you, just because a question is lengthy, graph is not looking the way you want it to be, so that doesn't mean the question is difficult. You just have to give it a go. Go through the question, put pen on paper, try what is given over there. Statement by statement, divide and rule. For sure, most of the question you will be able to answer, my friends. This exam is not about remembering the formulae. This exam is more of psychological in nature, my friends, testing your basic understanding of the concepts. And UPSC is setting a trap questions. The questions will look lengthy, but they are easy. Most of the non-mathematics aspirants fall into this trap. This shouldn't be happening. Hope this is clear. So ratios and proportions, percentages, if you have mastered them really well. When I say mastered, just basic definition of what is ratio, what is percentage, that's enough, my friends. Okay, I mean the percentage changes, what is percentage, that's enough. In 2018 there were more questions asked. 2019 there were no questions. If UPSC asks question, you may expect 5 questions based on data interpretation, my friends. Again, the key is ratios and proportions, percentages, the basics. Now sets, I don't know, most of the aspirants are finding it a bit difficult, but there are only 2 formulas. I mean, the way you look at the Venn diagrams, see, there will be problems based on 2 sets, there will be problems based on 3 sets. We have A union B formula here, A union B union C formula here. This formula we have in terms of A and B, and in terms of words, this formula we have in terms of A, B, C, and in terms of words also. When we say A union B, this is the area, my friends, okay, whole area. A union B union C, this is the whole area. You should not be counting this area twice, okay, you should not be counting this area, these areas twice or thrice. But when you say A plus B, that means this area, okay, that is only A, this area only B, and double of this area, my friends, double, because this area is in A, this area is in B also. Same area in both A and B. So twice of this area, my friends, okay, only A and B, only A and B. Similarly, for 3 sets we have covered in the lecture. So have this overview. When you feel a particular chapter difficult, look from top and see what are all the things there in that chapter and form the crux. This we did in every chapter, my friends, okay. So 2 types of problems, 2 sets or 3 sets, 2 formulas, okay, A union B, A union B union C. In terms of A and B, in terms of words, in terms of ABC, in terms of words, this is the crux of this chapter. Why I am repeating here? Because syllogism questions are based on Venn diagrams, my friends. You must know how to draw the Venn diagram, okay, and statement questions are based on Venn diagrams also. So this chapter is very important. Just one more time you cover it. 2 to 3 questions expected based on sets chapter, my friends. Very important, easy in nature. This is the crux of this chapter. So we have 2 lectures, my friends, okay, 30 minutes each. In 1 hour you can complete it. Now time, speed and distance, ignore these 3 lectures, my friends. We have covered them, but there were no questions asked till now. You focus on all other lectures. There are 2 parts based on time, speed and distance. Thereafter, average speed, relative speed, then trains, linear races. Last year 1 question is asked based on linear races, my friends. Time, speed and distance, part 1 and part 2, you can expect 1 question. Trains, average speed and relative speed, they are interlinked, you can expect 1 question. So 3 to 4 questions can be expected from this chapter. 4 to 5 hours you can complete this chapter. Again, the crux, time, speed and distance, part 1 and part 2. There will be 2 cases, my friends. Okay, in these 2 cases, either D1 plus D2 is equal D, or D1 minus D2 is equal D, or distances will be equal. This is type 1 problem, my friends. Type 2, speeds will be equal. You cannot add or subtract speeds, okay. Case 3, total time will be given, okay, or difference of times, okay. Otherwise, time in case 1 is equal time in case 2. So this is the crux of time, speed and distance, my friends. So if a question is asked based on time, speed and distance, you must be thinking in terms of these types only. In which category the problem will fall into? Either is D1 is equal to D2, is S1 is equal to S2, is T1 is equal to T2, or total distance, or total time, difference of times, or difference of distances. This is what you have to, this is how you have to think, my friends. You will never miss a question if you think in terms of what we have taught in the course. Then when it comes to trains, see, train crossing another train, you have to consider both the trains lengths, my friends, okay. Train crossing platform, see, platform has a length, kindly get this. Train has a length, platform has a length. Train crossing a pole or point or man, pole, point or man, they don't have any length, my friends. Okay, so train has to cover the train's length only. This is the crux of this lecture. That's it. And average speed, that also is the total distance by total time. Relative speed, whether two things moving in same direction or opposite direction. Same direction subtract them, opposite direction add them. Linear races, know the terminologies, my friends. Go through daily dose of solved questions. You will be able to solve all these questions from this chapter. Now reading comprehension. To know how to solve reading comprehension, go to section 37, webinars. How to attempt CSAT paper webinar, my friends. In first 20 minutes of this webinar, we have shared how to solve reading comprehension question. You must know that. If you know that, you will definitely find reading comprehension questions easy, my friends. 12 to 15 questions you can answer them with ease. The remaining questions are time consuming. 2 passages questions, 3 passages questions, okay, they are time consuming. You have to attempt them at last. Again, the strategy on how to attempt CSAT paper has been shared here. You must go through it after completing whole course. See, CSAT is all about smart strategy, my friends, okay, with how much ease you are going to get in comfort zone. So for this, a right strategy is needed. We have shared in this webinar. You must go through it and then test your strategy by giving full length test. After going through these 20 minutes, you will be having an idea of how to solve reading comprehension questions. Then a strategy is shared how to cover the reading comprehension section in this webinar only. You have to follow that one and cover the reading comprehension section, my friends. Okay, hope this is clear. From whenever you have started reading comprehension section till exam day, okay, the day before exam, solve at least 5 questions, my friends. You need to have that flow, that way of thinking. So you must be solving at least 5 questions till exam day from the day you have started your reading comprehension section, my friends. Okay, now arrangement questions, you must draw a proper diagram to solve arrangement questions, proper table if needed. Look for the possibilities. This is very, very important. Arrangement questions may be a bit time consuming, but if 2 to 3 questions are asked based on a single passage, okay, try attempting that first. Even if it is bit time consuming, you are answering 2 to 3 questions, my friends. Rather than spending your time on a passage which has only one question, you spend the time on this kind of passage. Again, you have to see whether you can really decode that or not. Okay, if it is not working, then move on. See, maximum 3 to 4 minutes on these kind of passages, my friends. If you are able to decode that, then it's fine. If not, please move on, not more than that. These arrangement questions are kind of low yield areas, my friends. That's why we are covering them at last. And there are some analytical questions which you can answer using common sense. Okay, the missing figure problems, my friends, which you are solving them from class 5. So this is how you go through the course in next 30 days, my friends. After going through each and every lecture, each and every problem, you try solving them on your own. Then only you will be having idea whether you are able to apply the concept or not, thus filling the gaps. Daily dose of solved questions are very important. You have to solve them on your own. Thereafter, go through that how to attempt CSAT paper webinar, know the strategy, give the full length test. Just see what you are lacking in your strategy. Try to improve that. I told you must be watching other video also. So supplement this strategy with that strategy, my friends. Okay. So hope this is clear. If you can give 40 to 50 hours, my friends, okay, you can definitely qualify CSAT. There is no doubt in that. You have enough time. Okay, give 2 to 3 hours, finish as soon as possible. Just because it is 40 to 50 hours, you may plan like, okay, I will give 1 hour every day. No, you give as much as you can, because at the end of the day, you are not going to waste the time, right? So if you complete CSAT first, you can use other time for GS, right? So go through the course in this order. You will find it very easy, confident in the examination hall. Definitely, okay, this will work, my friends. Hope this is clear. If you have any queries, feel free to message us on Telegram. We'll be happy to help you. So all the best. Thank you.